In this week's episode, how to tie-dye a tooth. Take a shirt that has been soaked in soda ash, spin it out in a washer, isolate the front, and draw your design. Begin pleating. You can start at the top or the bottom. The main thing is to keep the pleats even in height and width, and to create a straight line from the tooth's outline. So the end goal is to have a straight line after all the pleating is done. Once you've finished pleating and gotten your straight line, go ahead and bind it. I use sinew here. You can use whatever you want. I also make 2 binds, one on each side of the tooth's outline. And now for the rest of the shirt. The sleeves are kind of tricky. What I do is scrunch them in on themselves, as you can see here. Just try to keep everything at equal height when you scrunch up. Once you get to the other side of the shirt that you've scrunched, you can go ahead and bind it, and then you just bind until your heart's content. Once I get closer to the end of the shirt, I switch over to rubber bands. It just makes it a little bit easier when you're opening the shirt after it's cured. Time to dye. But first, to keep my white tooth white, I use a mixture of Elmer's glue and water. It's 1-to-1 based on weight, and basically it just forms a resist. It keeps the white areas white. Once I've got the tooth covered in my Elmer's glue water mixture, I wrap it with plastic just to help, again, keep it white. Then it's time to do the outline. I use black here just because it's, a good outline color, but you can use any color you want. I move on then to the rest of the shirt, and the customer did request a bunch of purples. So on this one, just layering it in a diluted grape, which is what you're seeing now. And I'll do that on both sides. Smush it in, make sure it's all in there. Once I get the lighter color down, I'll move on to the regular grape. And you'll see that here in a second. I use a foam brush. Again, this just kind of helps it in layering, making it more of a highlight color as opposed to just drowning the light purple with the dark purple. Again, this is for highlights. Once I've got that done on both sides, I go on to black. And again, it's just to help giving a layering looking effect more three-dimensional. Once it's set for 24 hours and 70 degrees, you can open that bad boy up, and as you can see, the back is different from the front. But on the front, you got yourself a nice tooth. Your shirt is now ready to wash. 2 cold cycles, 1 hot cycle in your washing machine, and you're good to go. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks so much,